One of the most powerful things that I've done in my 30s is to stop making dating such a high priority. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we talk about bettering ourselves from the inside out. So if bettering yourself is something you're into, then hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video with me. Today, I wanted to talk about something that has changed my energy, my confidence, my peace, and has really changed my entire relationship with myself. And that is choosing me. And this isn't anti-love or I'll never date again. This is about when you stop pouring all of your energy into finding someone else and you start pouring that energy back into yourself. Because so many women over the years will spend so much time overthinking their relationships, obsessing over text messages, seeking validation, and making romance and dating their entire focus. And then once they do all these things, they forget themselves. So today I'm sharing some of the most important things that I've learned in my 30s by taking that power and putting it back into myself and basically decentering the idea of relationships and making them such a high priority in my life. And honestly, it's made me so much more confident, so much more magnetic, so much more at peace. I've broken this down into sections as always. Section 1, I stopped seeking validation. I started to realize that a lot of the dating anxiety, a lot of the anxiety that comes from dating is because you're looking for that validation, waiting for texts, wanting the calls, wanting the attention, needing that reassurance. Neuroscience explains this. Romantic attention can trigger dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, or a chemical involved in the brain's reward system, I should say. So when we constantly are craving that validation from the person we're dating, it's because our brain wants that hit of dopamine. But when you start to focus and shift your focus back to yourself, you stop feeling emotionally dependent on outside attention. Section 2, I started building my own life. Instead of obsessing over relationships or somebody who I used to talk to or have a thing with, I started to build me, my routines, my goals, my creativity, my confidence, my health, my purpose. And spiritually, this has changed everything for me. Because when your life feels full, you stop chasing people to fill those emotional voids. Section 3, I reconnected with myself. And I've spoken about this before, but this is the spending time with yourself, learning yourself. I actually spent time learning myself, understanding myself. What do I enjoy? What feels good to me? Because a lot of women, and I hate this, but a lot of women will shape themselves around relationships instead of shaping themselves around their own truth. And there is just something so magnetic and so powerful about a woman who knows herself. And I'm guilty of this too. This is why I needed to take this step back and figure out exactly what I'm doing and take this time away from the dating aspect, because I was also that woman who would basically curate my entire life around a relationship or bend and mold and be different than I would actually like to be, which now taking this time to know myself and to understand what it is that I like and what I desire, it's going to be different in the future when I do decide to actually date again. Section 4, I put my energy into my body and my mind. I started moving my body differently. Working out stopped becoming like this punishment and started becoming more like I respect myself so much that it's time to move my body. And I started seeking out new things like trying Pilates and yoga and hot Pilates and hot yoga. And I started taking martial arts class and getting into boxing. And I still go to the gym, but now it's different, and I'll go on walks without I'll take my phone with me, but I won't put AirPods in, and I will just have a silent walk because that's my time for me and for myself. And there are so many different things, even putting music on in the morning and shaking my ass to it, moving your body differently. Exercise helps a lot. It helps regulate your mood and your energy, your stress, your confidence, your emotional resilience. I can tell my emotional strength. I can tell if I'm more patient or if I'm ready to be super irritated just on the spot with if I've worked out today or if I haven't. So typically I do some kind of movement to make me feel good and to feel like I've moved my body for the day just because it feels so good to me. But there are those times where maybe life gets in the way and you can't go to the gym or you can't go to your class. Maybe you don't have time to go on a walk. Maybe the weather doesn't permit it. Whatever the situation is, I felt the difference in my mind based off if I was able to really move my body versus not. And sometimes you need an off day, so it's not every single time I wasn't able to move my body, because sometimes you need to rest and take that break. But then there are other times where it's like, dang, if I would have worked out today, I would have had that energy out, I would have regulated myself, and I would have felt so much better and more patient in this situation. Anytime I work out, and especially now that it's become so ingrained into me that I am somebody who works out, I am somebody who moves my body, I am somebody who enjoys moving my body. And now I can recognize that I feel so much better mentally because I take care of myself physically. Section 5, I stopped romanticizing being chosen. This one is huge. I stopped believing that being chosen by somebody was the actual ultimate goal, because choosing myself became that goal. And I do want to say, this is a lot of us growing up as women. We've seen the movies, the fairy tales, or the movies where, the underdog gets chosen and the hot girl gets chosen, or maybe the dorky girl gets chosen, whatever the whole idea is of the movie or the television show, whatever. It's this idea that that's the goal, to be chosen. Like, that's what kind of validates your life. And once you take that idea and kind of set it to the side and be like, okay, I can love those movies and kind of see that it's a movie, and take it into my personal life and be like, I don't need to be chosen by anybody else because I'm choosing myself. My peace and my standards and my joy and my energy and just how I wake up in the morning has all transitioned once I stopped thinking anything needed to be chosen. It started pouring that energy back into myself, started choosing myself daily, started dressing for how I like, started doing my makeup and things for what I like, and, making dinners that I like, and things like this, where it's like, I'm the one that I'm dating. I'm the priority here. I'm the ultimate goal is for me to choose me. And that's your goal too, for you to choose you. Relationships should add to your life and not become your entire identity. Section 6, I became more magnetic by detaching. Ironically, the less obsessed I became with dating, the more magnetic I felt. And this is because when you're in that state of needing to be chosen, you're a desperado. You are in that desperate energy, and that energy will push away anything meant to be attracted to you. You're now that opposite magnet pushing things away. You're not magnetic and bringing it to you, but self-devotion and purpose and confidence, that energy is going to naturally pull people in. And I've had, in the last couple years of me taking this time off, I've had so many people come up to me and tell me they love my energy and I have a glow about me, and oh, I like your vibe. And it's I thank you. I appreciate the compliments, but that's because I choose me. So when you are magnetic and you aren't being that Debbie Desperado, you're having that energy be pulled into you. And this is because you're already fulfilled. You're already glowing. You're not chasing anything. Section 7, I realized this isn't about giving up. And I really want to say this because when you think about this, choosing yourself is not giving up. It's not saying that you're never going to be in a relationship, you're never going to find love. It's nothing like that. It's just upgrading your relationship with yourself first, because you have to know how you want to be treated, right? And I know when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I give so much love and I give so much attention and adoration, and I want that person to feel really special. But now that I put all of that energy into myself, I wake up daily and I feel so loved and I feel I give myself so much attention and I'm learning so many new things and I'm so much more confident. But that's because I take all that love and I put it into myself. But now I know that when I do get into a relationship, which it hasn't happened in the past, this is why I needed this break. When I do get into a new relationship eventually in the future, when I'm ready, I know how I want to be treated. I want someone who's going to pour love into me and devotion and make me feel special and make me feel like I can trust them and things like this. It's like you have to understand how it feels to be in this amazing relationship with yourself by choosing yourself to know what you are going to tolerate and expect from another person. And you can still choose yourself and still want a relationship. You can absolutely still desire love and romance and a connection. But the difference is that this is going to come from a place of wholeness. It's going to come from a place of confidence and self-love and 100% self-respect. It's not going to come from lack, because it's not that desperate energy that's like, please pick me, choose me. It's not that energy. It's the fact that I choose myself. I make my life so much better for myself because I choose myself and I love myself and I know myself. And you just have to add to my life to make it better for me to even think about it. So I just wanted to speak about this in a way to remind you that if you've been feeling like you're consumed by dating, like your worth is tied to someone else choosing you, let this be a reminder that your life is so much bigger than that. Your purpose is so much bigger than that. And there is something so incredibly powerful about becoming so deeply connected to yourself. And as a result, your happiness no longer comes from outside validation. You are powerful, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are so capable of choosing yourself and having an amazing, incredible life. And so thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope that I created a little spark in there for you to recognize that it's time to come back to yourself and it's time to choose yourself, so that way you don't have to worry about any outside validation. This is about picking you and choosing you and giving yourself that love story that maybe you've always dreamed of. So thank you again. Don't forget to get your copy of my book. It's called Full of Yourself, a guide to becoming your most audacious self. And I will put my Instagram right here on the screen, so you can DM me there if you just want to chat and say hi, or if you want to inquire about hypnosis. I am also a master hypnotist and a confidence coach, so we can work through many things. And again, thank you so much for watching this, and until next time, love yourself boldly and live audaciously. Bye.